particular.
Hi, Professor Benson.
Hello, Catherine. How are you?
Fine. I'm looking forward to graduation at the end of the year.
That's great. So, what will you do after that?
I haven't decided yet. It's either look for a job or go to graduate school. My parents want me to apply to graduate school. I want to go to graduate school someday, but right now I'm tired of studying. I'd like to take a break from school, get a job, and earn some money. But my parents and my friends think I should go to grad school now rather than later. I just don't know.
It's always a tough choice. If you want to go to graduate school, you'll need to apply early. That means you should start now. You should research graduate programs and find out about their admissions requirements, like whether you have to take an entrance examination.
Yeah, I know. You have to turn in your application early, like months in advance.
Sometimes it really is better to do something else for a while. It's not a bad idea to take a year off and work. If you decide to look for a job, you need to write a resume, a summary of all your qualifications and work experience. The Career Center here gives workshops on resume writing, and I would recommend doing that.
Hi, Professor Benson.
Hello, Catherine. How are you?
Fine.
Our brains are always working, even when we sleep. Studies on sleep show that while we're sleeping, our brains continue to work on problems that confused us during the day. We also know that sometimes the right answer to a problem might come to us more easily after 8 hours of sleep. Creativity and problem solving seem to be directly linked to getting enough sleep. In one study, 2 groups of college students were given a simple mathematics test. One group had just had 8 hours of sleep, and the other group had 7 hours of sleep or less. The students who had 8 hours of sleep were 3 times more likely than the sleep-deprived students to figure out the correct answer in the math test. The results of that study support research on the brain that indicates what happens to our memories during sleep. We think that our memories are reorganized and restructured during sleep before they are put into long-term storage in our brains. Our memories start in one area in the brain and are later pushed out to another part of the brain where they can join up with other memories. This process, this transfer and restructuring of memories, happens while we sleep. It seems to help our creativity in a way that makes it easier to solve a mathematical problem. The changes that improve our problem-solving ability happens during slow wave or deep sleep, which usually occurs in the first 4 hours of the sleep cycle. This study has important results for students and workers who are overtired. It should remind us that sleep is often the best medicine. Too many people don't get enough sleep, and this contributes to accidents, health problems, and for students, lower test scores.
It's
Our
worse
brains are always working.
We've learned a lot about the effects of early influences on the physical characteristics of both animals and humans. One thing we know is that almost any kind of stimulation, either positive or negative, any stimulation of the young shortly after birth will affect their rate of growth as well as their resistance to stress. Daily handling, such as touching, hugging, and massaging, can promote healthy growth and boost the immune system. Exposure to cold, on the other hand, can have negative effects and leave the young animal more vulnerable to disease. Another thing we know is that malnutrition early in life can have lifelong consequences. If the food intake of the young is limited, this will decrease the rate of growth and the body size of the adult. Animal studies show some interesting results. For example, deer born during a period of food scarcity or in a crowded population will remain relatively small in size, even if their adult diet is adequate or the density of the population decreases. The effect of poor nutrition on deer can also extend to the following generation, as the offspring of small deer will also be small. The eating habits acquired early in life tend to last throughout life, affecting eating behaviors. For example, rats that are used to eating a low-protein diet will continue eating it by choice, even if a more protein-rich diet is available to them later. With humans, low protein intake or almost any other form of nutritional deficiency during early childhood will result in a slowing of growth, smaller body size, physical deformation, or tendency to get sick, characteristics that can last a lifetime. Moreover, poor nutrition affects the mental development of children. Children who don't eat well don't learn well in school. They may have difficulty paying attention and may not be able to remember information. As a result, these children may develop negative attitudes toward school. Several behavioral problems in school children have been linked to poor eating habits. We've learned a lot about the effects of early influences.